Did you know that in the United States alone, thousands of innocent people are wrongfully convicted every year? It's a staggering number, right? And it translates into thousands of families thrown into a nightmare, often left to navigate this harrowing journey all on their own. Can you even imagine that kind of heartbreak? It's like a dark cloud hanging over them, and the weight of it can feel absolutely crushing. Behind every single statistic, there's a family, a mother, a father, a child who suddenly find themselves thrust into a role they never asked for. They become detectives, lawyers, and advocates all rolled into one. Picture them trying to navigate a complex and often indifferent legal system, fighting a battle that feels like it's rigged against them. It's like being in a never-ending maze with no exit in sight, right? So, why does this happen? I mean, the system is supposed to work for everyone, right? The harsh reality is that once a verdict is handed down, the door is often slammed shut. Appeals can be ridiculously expensive, and winning them feels like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Evidence can mysteriously disappear or be flat-out ignored. New leads dismissed without a second thought. Families are told to just move on, but how can they when they know deep down that their loved one is innocent? They're up against overwhelmed public defenders, a mountain of procedural roadblocks, and a system that's designed to uphold convictions, not question them. It's an uphill battle that can drain their life savings, force them to mortgage their homes, and leave them grappling with the emotional trauma of having a family member unjustly taken away. It's lonely, exhausting, and heartbreaking. Let us dive into the story of the Miller family to really understand what this fight looks like. Their son, Mark, was convicted of a crime he swore he didn't commit. The evidence against him, it was shaky at best, relying on a single, questionable eyewitness. Can you believe that? Just one person's word could change the course of a life forever. For 10 long years, his parents, Carol and David, refused to give up on him. They spent every weekend in the library, poring over legal books that might as well have been written in another language. I can't even imagine how frustrating that must have been for them. They wrote letters to innocence projects, politicians, anyone who would listen. Most doors were slammed in their faces. Friends and even family told them to accept it, to let go. They were isolated, financially ruined, and emotionally drained. The weight of it all nearly broke them. But then, after a decade filled with dead ends and despair, they found something. A small, overlooked detail in a police report mentioned another potential suspect who had never been properly investigated. This wasn't a smoking gun, but it was a thread, a glimmer of hope. With the last of their savings, they hired a private investigator. This guy tracked down the other person, and under questioning, he confessed to a similar crime in a nearby town around the same time. The details matched perfectly. Can you imagine the rush of hope they must have felt? It's like they went from total darkness to seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel. But even then, the fight wasn't over. They had to get a new lawyer and petition the court to even hear this new evidence. It was a moment of incredible hope mixed with the terrifying fear that it still might not be enough. The Miller's story, and countless others like it, showcases the incredible resilience of families fighting for justice. But it also shines a light on a deep flaw in our system. No family should have to fight this battle alone. Their struggle deserves to be seen, and their voices need to be heard. It's a reminder that we need to push for change, for a system that actually serves justice rather than just maintaining the status quo. And you know what? This isn't just about the Millers. There are so many other families out there facing similar battles. Take the case of the West Memphis Three, for example. These 3 teenagers were wrongfully convicted of murder in the 1990s, and their story is a heartbreaking reminder of how easily the system can fail. They spent nearly 18 years behind bars before new evidence and public outcry finally led to their release. It's a crazy roller coaster of emotions, from despair to relief, and it highlights just how crucial it is for us to advocate for justice reform. The West Memphis Three case was riddled with issues from the start. The police were under immense pressure to solve the case quickly, which led to a rush to judgment. They targeted these 3 boys, not because they had solid evidence, but because they didn't fit in with the community's norms. They were different, you know. They wore black clothes, listened to heavy metal music, and were into things that some people just didn't understand. It's a classic case of prejudice leading to a miscarriage of justice. Then there's the story of Stephen Avery, who was wrongfully convicted of sexual assault and attempted murder in the 1980s. After serving 18 years in prison, DNA evidence exonerated him. But just when you think his story would have a happy ending, he gets caught up in another legal mess. He was accused of a different crime, and the whole situation spiraled out of control again. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? How can someone who was wrongfully convicted end up in such a chaotic situation again? It really shows how flawed the system can be and how important it is to keep pushing for changes that ensure justice for everyone. And let's not forget about the emotional toll this takes on families. It's not just the person behind bars who suffers, it's everyone connected to them. Parents age prematurely, siblings feel the weight of stigma, and spouses are left to pick up the pieces. The financial strain can lead to bankruptcy, and the emotional strain can tear families apart. It's a ripple effect that extends far beyond the courtroom. So, what can we do about this? It starts with awareness. The more we talk about these stories, the more we shine a light on the issues at hand. We need to support organizations that work tirelessly to exonerate the wrongfully convicted. We need to push for reforms that make the legal system more transparent and fair. It is about holding law enforcement accountable and ensuring that the justice system is designed to protect the innocent, not just punish the guilty. And you know what? This isn't just about the Millers or the West Memphis Three. There are so many families out there facing similar battles. It's a collective struggle, and it's our responsibility to listen, to advocate, and to demand change. What are your thoughts on our justice system? Have you ever heard a story like this that made you think twice about how things work? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other videos on similar cases. Thanks for tuning in, and let's keep this conversation going. Together, we can raise awareness and hopefully inspire change in a system that desperately needs it.